Hey, welcome back. It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, everybody, it's been a couple of months, and we've been left hanging on the world's most exciting cliffhanger and the world's most exciting lesbian relationship. I'm your host, me and Buster Green, and I'm officially 650 hours from getting monetized since we last talked. Now, I now have over 1,100 subscribers, so if everyone could just watch my content for at least 15 minutes a day, I will finally be monetized tomorrow. Will the witch from Mercury, Soletta Mercury, grant my wish and get me there? Find out soon. So yeah, it's been a hot minute in this universe. It's been 3 horrible long months in the real world, and when we last left our heroes, shit was bad. Mio's dad, nearly assassinated by terrorists from Earth. Nika, directly implicated as knowing them. Soletta saved the day, but in kind of an over-top way that creeped everyone out, and might have damaged her lucrative lesbian engagement, which she was only now coming to terms with. That might be a good thing. So, alright, it's season 2. Let's get into this. Gundam fight, ready? I'm not getting into that. Anyway, so, in a complete subversion of expectations, we immediately go back to the school where a fight is about to go down. And we are immediately introduced to this new random character for a split second named Ebony Boaz. He rocks a big pink demi with a big V-fin on it, and there's a full betting roster showed here. Now, this is amazing. For all the students currently ranked at the school, we can see that Soletta is ranked 1st, Shadiq is ranked 2nd, Elon is ranked 3rd, as you'd expect, and Laud and Neil of the Jatar cast is ranked 4th. Then I think a majority of the rest of the rankings are held by Shadiq's harem. Although the 5th one, Jeffrey Eastcott, no idea who that guy is, complete mystery there. Anyway, so the point of this battle, it seems to be a big battle royale against Soletta to take away her status as the holder. And we also immediately see Cecilia, who seems to be vaguely aware that Elon is not Elon anymore. Like, he's been substituting himself out with, like, these substitute people. Anyway, I have to wonder here for a second, why the fuck is Cecilia on the student council of an elite mobile suit battling school, if by all accounts she doesn't seem to mobile suit battle? Anyway, so yeah, Ebony Boaz, still the focus of the first shot, and no clue who this character is. I wonder if he's going to be a big character or if he's just a red herring for the start of the season. So then Soletta comes out, and Soletta seems alright. And then they show Ebony Boaz's face, and he has massive, hard background character face. So I'm going to call here, Soletta's going to curb stomp him immediately. Oh shit, and he's trying to steal Mercury too. Wow, this guy's just like not making any friends. And so yeah, as expected, he immediately gets shredded. I knew it the second I saw his boring ass face. No character that boring looking would survive for like more than 30 seconds. So yeah, Soletta's in the serial battle, and it's pretty grueling. Soletta immediately has to go up against grunt unit after grunt unit. She fights this guy here who looks like a vaguely amphibious design with 3 eyes. Pops out her funnels, immediately kills it. And this turns into like a training montage where Soletta's just killing the shit out of everyone. And the horror points out that Soletta has to fight this battle because the aerial Gundam was out of commission for a few weeks during the repair session, and then a bunch of challengers like lined up to fight her. So the school policy is now she has to fight them all at once. But everyone kind of notices that the upgraded aerial Gundam is undefeatable, so what the hell's the point? Anyway, then we focus on Soletta a little bit more, and Soletta seems to have made 0 character development since the last episode. So I guess she hasn't talked to Mercury, and I guess Mercury just ghosted her. So I guess you're going to have to draw your own conclusions here, but Soletta is like in her own little world where she's still happily married to Mercury and nothing bad ever happened. So I have to wonder, is she like now in an imaginary relationship with Mercury? Because I don't think she's talked to Mercury. I think she's just like imagining that she's all like cool with her, but I don't think she is. So we get a new opening. Now the new opening is a lot darker, a lot moodier. The happy poppy dubstep is gone, and now the opening starts off with a visible line in the sand between Soletta and Mio. Actually, take a second and look at this. Like, the symbolism here is like insane. Like, Mio seems to be in paradise and Soletta seems to be like in some kind of hellscape. Soletta seems to be fine, and Mercury is literally drowning in the ocean of her life. Then we get some shots of the other characters. Elon, moody on a train. Shadiq, bad in an alley. And look at fucking Bob here. Bob's in jail. Ha ha ha! Bob, get your life together, you fool. Anyway, the other kids are still working hard, and then we get some random creepy shots of these decomposing dolls. And then we see Sophie and her sister down by the railroad tracks throwing rocks at trains, and Cecilia and the other kid have a cut-in now. I wonder if that foreshadows them actually doing anything this season. We'll find out. Then we see Soletta seemingly being at odds with her Gundam, Prosper without her mask, the ghost of Eri. Oh no, Eri's definitely dead. Mio's dad looking healthy there, Shadiq using a cell phone, and Bob. Bob is definitely in prison. Oh no, Elon was cut in half. Is Elon going to be cut in half? Or maybe this is just telling us that Elon is two-faced because he's literally two people right now. Anyway, then we get some classic Gundam beam spam where a bunch of units come back, including the Darrow Blade. I thought that thing was wrecked, but hey, it's back in the opening. Weird. Soletta runs down a highway like she's Mega Man X, and then we get a surprisingly happy shot of Prologue Eri hanging out with her mom, Mio making those tomatoes, and Moyne boyfriend trio is there, and it seems like in the end, Miorine will just forgive Soletta and everyone will be happy, and that's just what I'm getting from the opening. Alright, let's start the episode. So we're back in the school, everything's completely normal. Soletta is still winning, the school is getting a renovation, and the Plant Quetta thing has just been hushed up as an accident that no one's going to talk about because no one's allowed to talk about it. Choo Choo is still so pissed because she wants to fight some terrorist bullshit, and everyone else just has like massive PTSD from the experience because they've seen the terror of war, they've seen the death, they've seen the Gundam, all that kind of shit. Anyway, Soletta doesn't care because she's a Gundam pilot, but yeah, being a Gundam pilot in a war, honestly, it doesn't really ensure your survival, but I guess it's better than just being like stepped on or whatever. Now, meanwhile, elsewhere, Mio Mio is dressed for a funeral, and she's watching over her dad in the hospital. Seems like a nice hospital, but that's all we get of her. Elsewhere, Shadiq is meanwhile surprisingly formally addressing the terrorist situation. And by all accounts, he seems to be gaslighting the world and throwing off everyone to the fact that he, in fact, organized the terrorist situation. Now, what's interesting is he's here addressing the whole global corporate board of billionaire businessmen who run the world. We see the four Pale Sisters at first, and then Shadiq proceeds to throw Jeturk Industries under the bus, as per his long-term plan here. Oh, and we get some crazy stuff here where Old Man Jeturk is confirmed to be dead, and because he's dead, Loudon Neal has now been promoted to CEO. Very insane that the adopted kid is in that position, wearing his dad's clothes and everything. That's just nuts. Anyway, so interestingly, the Earth Gundams are also being thrown on the bus. Everyone's got like an eye out for them. They're trying to find them. They're like the most wanted terrorists on the FBI's like 10 most wanted list. And they have formally been charged with Vim Jeturk's murder because Shadiq is just throwing them under the bus too. Shadiq seems to excel in throwing people under the buses that he himself put out to run people over. Now, Shadiq's dad, meanwhile, realizes the reality of the situation and how majorly fucking guilty Shadiq is. So he advises him to lie, stay low, and not do anything to attract attention with a whole, like, mafioso vibe. Now, that being said, Shadiq's dad also has no friggin' idea that Shadiq took the additional, so much more evil step of hiring the Gundams to, like, do all the Gundam-y shit that they did. He just thinks that he organized this general terrorist get-together, not that he specified that Gundams would show up at the terrorist get-together. And it's a very fascinating twist because it was so obvious from the get-go that Shadiq's dad and him were partners in crime. But the fact that Shadiq is holding out on the Gundams mean that they're not exactly partners in crime because Shadiq has the Gundams as his potential trump card to turn against his dad in a long con situation. Now that's so nuts because his dad is probably the one who like turned him into a criminal and coaxed him into this Breaking Bad life of crime. But he's got some shit planned for his dad. Like sure enough, the second he gets out of the room, gets out of this meeting with his dad, he immediately goes down to his harem and tells him that he's going to do something fucked up and evil to his dad. Shadiq is making some very evil, very sharp moves suddenly. I guess he's not going to be the Series Quattro. He's like going full Char Aznable and whipping out the pure evil man bun. Like, Obviously, he's evil now that he's wearing a man bun. Like, that's the heel turn right there. Once he put on that man bun, it was over. Full Adolf Hitler supervillain mode. He's gonna kill his dad. Anyway, then Suletta has taken over the Tomato House, and she calls her mom because Suletta's always a nice girl who checks on her mom. And her mom confirms that Miorine has been ghosting her emails, and I wonder how many crazy-ass emails Suletta's been sending to Miorine. Was it a healthy number? Was it an unhealthy number? Was it a batshit crazy number? We don't know, but she's being ghosted because she's sending too many emails. Anyway, creepily, we get clarification on the way Season 1 ended, and Suletta knows what she did. She knows she squashed a guy, and she's got remorse that she squished this guy. She knows he was a terrorist, and the only thing she regrets is that her girlfriend saw her squish the guy and got mad at her for it. I'm kind of impressed at Suletta's flex here. Suletta is treating this situation as a minor lover squabble, a minor mess, ignoring the fact that she squished a grown man to death with her little Gundam fingers. But her mom justifies that she did the right thing because she saved Miorine's life, and yeah, that's true. But man, the 4D chess moves right here with Lady Prospera and Suletta, so insane. Like, I can totally say that Suletta and Prospera are probably in the wrong when they put it like that. I mean, like, they're trying to draw, like, a bigger picture here that, you know, Suletta's like a soldier who, like, killed a guy in the middle of a war. It was like a war zone, and that makes Suletta not a murderer. And yeah, for sure, a majority of soldiers who, like, fight in wars, like, they eventually have to commit murder. That's a sin in the eyes of God, but a majority of them have also made peace with the fact that they justified it by having permission to do it because it was a war. There was a whole Nuremberg trial about this. But the thing was, the case here was Suletta Mercury. She has committed a murder, and she did it in self-defense against a terrorist. And because she did it to a terrorist, she has been fully forgiven. Now, that being said, Suletta is not a soldier, so that makes it a little bit of an iffier situation. But yeah, everyone's going to give her a pass because she killed this terrorist in the heat of the incident, and she saved the life of the president. Anyway, continuing that 4D murkiness, Suletta then confronts Nika. Nika is filled with paranoia and grief because she knows that she sold out her people and she got caught. And she's like so worried about the prospect of being uncovered for her actions and like losing her life in like going to jail. We don't know what's going to happen to her, but it's bad. Anyway, she kind of reconstitutes the situation as, oh, she's just shell-shocked. Oh, she's got bad PTSD from the terrorist attack. And she compliments Suletta for being such a brave girl. And Suletta's just like, oh, Nika, I'm not brave. My mom just brainwashes me twice a day to keep me from having any worries. Hakuna Matata, I'm great. And Suletta just really pumps up how great her mom is, because her mom is the one doing the brainwashing, and she's the one being brainwashed. And Nika just kind of half accepts her advice because she really can't like accept Suletta's advice. It's not relevant to her life situation. And then here comes the major twist. Sophie Polone is here. Sophie Polone is a transfer student this season, and Sophie Polone loves Suletta more than ever. Ha ha! You thought you were out of lesbians, but no, now you're in a triangle of lesbians. Also, holy crap, lol, this is Suletta's first time meeting Sophie in a non-combat situation, and Sophie is just so more fluffy here. It's like, oh, Sophie, last time you were trying to kill Suletta, and now you're trying to love Suletta. Oh, you kooky kid, make up your mind. Anyway, Sophie and Noria immediately get sent to Earth House because they're obviously from Earth. And, oh my god, look at this shit. What the hell is this? Their data cards both show they have scrubbed criminal records. What the hell? They definitely did do that for the other kids. What the fuck is that? Anyway, for some reason... Oh no, a new Elon appeared. Is his outfit the same? This Elon is suddenly way too nice. Oh god, I've lost count of all the Elons. Real Elon said another Elon was coming. Is this Elon number 5? Oh wait, was stupid sexy Elon number 5? Ugh, it's been so long I forgot the timeline of Elon Saris's stupid real world like replacement stunt double time skip people. Okay, looking it up, this guy's Elon number 5. Sexy Elon, also Elon number 5. And real Elon, probably on a beach in Miami getting drunk again or something. Anyway, Elon number 4 died in a garbage compactor, so yeah, Elon number 5. Anyway, back to the show. Yeah, for some reason, Elon number 5 is here crashing at the Earth House, and surprisingly, he's vouching for Sophie and Noria. I don't know if he knows who they are, but he seems cool with them. Anyway, the Earth Witches brought with them a group of crappy decomposing bootleg toys. I'm not sure whether this screams that they're evil, or they're poor, or they're both. But Big Girl over here asks what Sophie's deal is, and she says that the broken toys are her mother, her father, and her sisters. Creepy. Anyway, then Sophie asks Soletta to become her big sister, and Soletta's finally like, sure, why the hell not? She just caves and does it. Now, I don't know whether this shows that Soletta is just very easily influenced from all the brainwashing, or if she just wanted to have that kind of a person in her life. But Soletta's a good girl, so she wants to be a good sister. And anyway, then Nika is all super upset by them being here. So Nika goes to confront someone. I thought she was confronting Shadiq, but it turns out she's confronting Noria directly, which is bad. Now, this is a good scene because I wanted to confirm their relationship with each other. I know they know each other, and I know they know who they both are, but I was wondering if they were biologically related because they both have blue hair. I guess not, because Noria immediately pulls a knife on her. So it seems like they know each other's background stories, but I guess that's about it. So maybe they're from the same orphanage or the same town or something. It seemed like they had the same adopted father, but I guess they're not biological sisters. Anyway, then all the girls go to this school festival. It's boring. Sophie and Soletta go on rides. They have a fun time. Sophie eats like a fucking animal because she's been raised in a barn. And then she steals a scooter and does some stunts on it. And then Soletta almost gets strong-armed into another date with stupid sexy Elon. But he bumps into Noria, and they have a short exchange where Noria's drawing a cow skull being eaten by bugs, and some other random nature photography which draws a building and a snake. Elon is kind of impressed by her, but immediately he notices that she stole his cell phone. Now, anyway, Martin then confronts Nika. Martin knows Nika is hiding some dramatic stuff. Nika just glosses over it all and just sticks to a basic story that she just sent an SOS message out because she didn't want to die, and it just luckily worked. Anyway, then it turns out that there's another battle Soletta has to compete in, and she's completely unprepared for it, but she seems only slightly miffed about it. So then we go back to Noria. Noria did steal Elon's cell phone, and she stole it because she wanted to steal the Gundam Ferract. Now, Noria says Shadiq ordered them to investigate and potentially destroy the Ferract if it turns out to be an obstacle to their goals. They don't actually know what the deal is with the Ferract because it was designed independently by Pale Technologies, so it might have some weird, unique special abilities that it hasn't shown up to now. This is also probably why it hasn't been given fully to the Gundam Company, because it has some deeper, darker secret that no one knows about. Anyway, Noria hacks the Gundam, Sophie guards to the outside, spins a helmet around, and Sophia points out that she's very in love with Soletta, but she's bummed out realizing that being friends with Soletta is not as exciting as trying to kill Soletta. It doesn't give her that same kind of thrill. Anyway, Nika suddenly catches the Earth Witches in the act of hijacking the Ferract and tells them to get out of here. Anyway, they don't like that, so Sophie pegs her with the helmet, drops down and drop kicks her, and dramatically smashes her cell phone with her shoe. Now, then Noria is going to squash Nika with the Gundam shoe, and that'll kill her. So Soletta comes out super fast on a scooter, saves her life. Now, Noria is like, screw that, she's going to squish Soletta too. So Soletta fucking bolts it while carrying Nika. And I just have to wonder here, does Soletta have superhuman strength? Because Nika's got to weigh over 100 pounds. What the fuck is that? Maybe I can write it off as adrenaline, but I'm starting to think Soletta might be like a super soldier, like fucking Wolverine or something. Anyway, Soletta thinks about what she's going to do when it seems that she's ready to murder the Earth Witches again, but actually she thinks of mirroring, so she decides to challenge Noria to an official Gundam fight duel for Nika's life. Now, the Earth Witches, think about this for a second. Logistically, if they're just spies trying to save their lives, they have no right to honor this. They should logistically just try to kill Soletta while they have a chance. So I'm on pins and needles right here, wondering if they're going to go with the real dirty Gundam logic or the stupid cartoon battle logic. Now, Noria, being real for a second, says that it's stupid. They have no reason to agree to Soletta's terms. But Soletta counters that if they're trying to be real students at the school, then they really have to follow her real rules and accept her duel for real. Sophie laughs this off because Gundam dueling is just a game and no one will die in it. And Sophie's led this hard life where Gundams are like tools of war and like killing people all the time. So in the end, Sophie decides to accept the duel so that she can show Soletta the power of violence. And that's the episode. Really cool ending, actually. Anything ending on the power of violence, that's a cool ending. So yeah, after this we get a new end theme. Wow, the new ending theme is crazy. So the new ending theme just starts off with this vibe that Miorine isn't here, and potentially Soletta's relationship has turned into something imaginary. And then, holy shit, it gets sexy as hell. The Gundam punches Soletta's clothes off, and then Soletta does like a Frozen Let It Go dance in like a nightgown with like her fin funnels. And then all of a sudden it ends with like Soletta and Miorine getting it on together as adults. Like, wow, all of a sudden we got this unexpected, mature-looking adult Soletta in the ending. Is a time skip still in the cards? Or is this maybe some sort of, like, dramatic fantasy Soletta is having of, like, growing old with Miorine and them aging up into, like, a 30-year-old lesbian power couple that are rich and successful and, like, living their best life at, like, the nightclub? I wonder how many seasons the show is going to have. Like, I really want to stick with Soletta until she becomes like a grown woman like in this ending. Anyway, we're not done here. There's also a post-credit scene where we finally see what Miorine's going to do. So Miorine gets up and immediately Prospero walks out. Right the fuck out here with the old Char Aspel swagger. Now, Miorine gives Prospero some immediate shit for Soletta being obviously brainwashed. And Prospero just counters like, Soletta saved your fucking life, you ungrateful bitch. And Miorine fucking cries because Miorine gets it. But I wonder if she gets it literally or if she gets it underhandedly with some ulterior motive. Because speaking of which, Prospero's here and Prospero totally has an ulterior motive. So she gives Miorine this data file for her dad's post-apocalyptic Quiet Zero project, potentially allowing Miorine to somehow fuck it up for Lady Prospero's own goddamn benefit. Now, Prospero vaguely goes up what the Quiet Zero is. She sums it up as a thing that will use the brain interlocking Gundam format networking to rewrite the world and eliminate war. Now, that's very vague, but that gives me a lot of ideas that this is either some kind of human instrumentality project from Evangelion, or more simply, it's probably just a mass brainwashing device. Like, it's probably the shit Prospero is already using on Soletta, but just like applied to a massive scale so it can affect the entire world. Again, I'm getting major Angel Halo from Victory Gundam vibes, although it does also look a lot like Grips from Zeta Gundam. So I don't know what to expect of this thing. Anyway, Prospero then asked Miorine to take over the Quiet Zero since her dad is hospitalized. And yeah, this is a total Chad move on Prospero's part. Major power grab here. Because let's break this down. Prospero has obviously perfected a giant human brainwashing machine to brainwash the entire human race. And Delling and her were teaming up to like create this apocalypse where they'd use this giant brainwashing machine to somehow brainwash everyone to like not make war anymore. But Miorine's a fucking child. So she's getting double played here by Prospero. Hell, she's getting triple played by Prospero because don't forget the Soletta marriage, also part of her grand plan. So anyway, this new step here is going to allow Prospero to fully seize control of the Quiet Zero project by manipulating Miorine via Soletta, via the fact she's a child, via the fact she doesn't know what her dad's real intentions were, and she's going to use that to brainwash humanity or destroy the world. Whatever her master plan is, she's making progress for it through Miorine. And wow, that was a lot of episode. That was a great episode. Great way to start the season. I am fully impressed. I gotta say, I expected a little bit more, maybe a little bit less with the Soletta Mio Mio drama, but they handled it well. They barely addressed it, and they just kind of compacted it down to Miorine's overreacting and being moody and stupid because Soletta saved her life from terrorists. I was more surprised that we immediately got back into the drama with the Earth Witches and immediately continued with them being just there and crazy. Now, we got a lot of Sophie in this episode. Probably this was the biggest Sophie episode of the series up to now. Sophie seemed like she was going to be a cool, good friend to Suletta, but I guess not. Now that, like, the true nature of the sisters has been revealed, it seems obvious that Suletta will defeat them in the next episode and they'll be expelled from the school. But then again, the fact that Suletta has challenged them to a duel, not the most clear-cut thing. There are a lot of wrinkles to it. Like, for example, both the Earth Witches are obviously Gundam pilots, and they obviously have Gundams. But we know from the start of the episode that those two Gundams are pegged as the terrorists from Planet Quetta and are like most wanted fugitives. So I don't think they can actually use those Gundams. So maybe they'll use something else. Or hell, for all we know, maybe they already have upgraded Gundams. Like, maybe like in the 2 weeks that seem to have passed between episode 12 and 13, maybe they just like got new Gundams already or like traded in. Anyway, I don't know what to expect from the next episode. I know they're going to fight. I know the fight's going to be amazing. I know Suletta will probably win the fight. But also, Sophie wants to traumatize Suletta. Sophie wants to do something really bad to Suletta. So maybe they'll just like start the duel and like Sophie will go off the rails and like try to murder Nika to like humble Suletta and show her the horror of war. That's kind of what I think might happen because they're not looking to win this duel, they're looking to traumatize Suletta. So they don't actually have to win, they just have to kill someone to freak Suletta out. Anyway, I don't think Nori and Sophie are going to be staying at the school long because they're just fucking up way too much. They're way too focused on being corporate spies and like evil than being real students. Hell, Sophie slept through her first day of class and Nori's just been drawing the whole time, so they really don't seem like they care. Anyway, this is going to be an amazing fucking season. I cannot wait to see what happens next. Like, there's so much drama going down. What's Mirin gonna do? What's Sophie gonna do? What's Suletta's gonna do? Who's gonna die? We have ourselves a Gundam series. A very lesbian Gundam series, but Gundam nonetheless. So, let's do this. Alright, see you guys next week, where there will be more lesbians, and probably someone's gonna die. Alright, catch you next week, guys. Later!